Ladies and gentlemen, William Ruto is furious. William Ruto is angry. And William Ruto is very bitter with Kenyans. Why is William Ruto angry and bitter with Kenyans? Over the weekend, William Ruto was in coastal region, Taita Taveta County to be very precise. And I paid very close attention to the speeches by the president. And from the tone of those speeches and from the body language, it is clear that William Ruto is very angry, bitter and furious with Kenyans.
Kuzalisha uchumi wa Kenya, kuzalisha nafasi za ajira, kuzalisha mali katika taifa letu la Kenya, ni lazima tuwe na viwanda. Mimi najua huyu wa kujaa gavana wenu amesumbuliwa sana kwa sababu ya hii kiwanda. Watu wengi walimpiga vita. Viongozi wengi wakiwemo wa Taita Taveta County walimpiga vita. Kwa sababu wanachukia county hii. Wanachukia nchi yao. Hawataki mambo yoyote mazuri yafanyike katika county yao. Na mimi nataka niwaulize wa Kenya, tafadhalini, kuna pepo chafu ya upingamizi, kupinga kila kitu. Kiwanda kama hii watu wanaipinga. Affordable housing wanaipinga. Chanjo ya ng'ombe kuondoa magonjwa wanaipinga. Kubadilisha mfumo ndio tuweze kuokoa universities zetu ambazo zilikuwa zinakwama wanaipinga. Kupinga hata miradi yoyote ya serikali. Mambo ya universal health coverage wanaipinga. Mambo ya afya wanaipinga. Sasa mimi nauliza, hii pepo chafu, nafikiri hata imefika wanapinga hata matoleo kanisani. Jameni, what is this? Surely. Yani pepo ya kupinga kila kitu.
Now, from that speech alone, it is very clear that William Ruto is angry and bitter with Kenyans. As a matter of fact, even Junet Mohammed and Ali Hassan Joho helped William Ruto in expressing the bitterness of Kenya Kwanza government.
Na tusiwe nchi ya kulalamika peke yake, kwa sababu mimi nina uhuru ya kusema chochote mimi nataka kusema. Huwezi kufunga mdomo yangu. Jana nimeongea hapa Taita Taveta, naona wengine wananirukia, Junet bana, mdomo ni yangu. Siasa ni yangu. Wakati tuliingia wamama vile wanavaa, waliambia wamama walisema my dress my choice. Mimi pia nasema my politics my choice. Huwezi kunilazimisha vile bila nataka kwenda.
Mimi nilisema jana, hii nchi haiwezi kuendelea kwa kupitia mtandao, haiwezekani. Kwani hii leo hapa ni Facebook imelaunch hapa hii? Ama ni Twitter? Ama ni TikTok? Si ni watu? Si ni kazi ambayo imefanywa kwa ground? Jana walinikujia usiku. Walisema wananisalimia wakanitumia shilingi. Tafadhali leo nirikudieni na 100. Wacha kunirudishia shilingi. Tumeni 100 ama 200 na mimi nazingojea. Si namna hiyo.
But why is William Ruto bitter and angry with Kenyans? Because William Ruto was very clear that kuna Pepo Mbaya, that Kenyans are opposing everything he is doing. And the fact is, Kenyans have been opposing each and every policies William Ruto has been trying to implement. Maybe William Ruto should realize that those policies are not pro-people, are totally against what he promised Kenyans. In this video, I want to reveal to you guys why William Ruto is angry and bitter with Kenyans. But before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. But again, before I dive in, allow me to also take this opportunity to thank the following people. You are seeing their names on the screen there for the coffee which they sent to me earlier today, because it goes a long way in supporting this channel. You can also do the same using the numbers you are seeing on your screen. A cup of coffee only goes for 200 shillings, but you can do more. Ladies and gentlemen, let us dive in. Why do you think William Ruto is angry and William Ruto is bitter with Kenyans? For me, William Ruto is angry and bitter with Kenyans because of the following 6 reasons. And I want you to spare your time and allow me to explain them. Number 1, William Ruto probably has been briefed by the intelligence that if he's not careful, he's going to be one-term president. And just like I've been telling you on this platform, that William Ruto is the easiest president to remove from office via the ballot. I don't know how many times I've repeated this, but William Ruto has lost the Mount Kenya region. Today alone, I saw some caravan, was it in Nyeri or somewhere, where people were confronting the police because the police were trying to stop Rigathi Gachagua.
Mimi nataka kuambia na tunataka kuambia polisi, sisi tunawaheshimu. Najua nyinyi mnatumwa, lakini hata hatuna haja na nyinyi, tuna haja na ile pepo kubwa. Ile pepo kubwa. Ile pepo kubwa. Hiyo ndio tutaendea. Na wale kaondoka mwenye.
So he has lost the mountain. William Ruto has lost the narrative. William Ruto has lost everything. In fact, William Ruto has made Kenyans very angry. As much as William Ruto is also very angry with the Kenyans, if you were to speak with majority of Kenyans, they're very angry and bitter with the president also. Listening to what Barack Moloka is trying to say in this particular clip, because it makes a lot of sense.
Because if you have, ladies and gentlemen, a dispensation such as the Kenya Kwanza dispensation today, which has not even reached midway in its first term, visiting the kind of atrocities it does to the people, when it still is conscious of the fact that it desires a second term, what will it do to this country should it unfortunately, and I choose my words carefully, should it unfortunately have a second term, when the incumbent, the Supremo, will not need to worry about being re-elected? That is the thing that this country must think about and think seriously.
The second reason why William Ruto is bitter with Kenyans is because Kenyans have been exposing dirty deals in government. And because Kenyans have been exposing some of these dirty deals, William Ruto is very angry. For example, the Adani deal. It took a Kenyan outside the Republic to expose the deal. If Nelson Amenya had not accessed those documents, airport would have gone JKIA, because that was a dirty deal.
Hii serikali yetu iko na ma-feelings, inakaa siku hizi, hasira nayo. Just because Adani was cancelled, and we are not the ones who brought Adani in this country. They're the ones who brought us Adani. They're the ones who cancelled. So why are they blaming us? So tumeitwa Pepo Chafu ya kupinga kila kitu. But tunapinga vitu zenye hazitusaidii, as in the ones that we are seeing, they're not going to make any meaningful change in our lives. And we must speak. Sasa, ile Pepo Chafu yenye itakuwa mother of all pepos inakuja January. When they start vaccinating, ama when they start the attempt to vaccinate livestock in our country.
Mmeitwa mapepo chafu na must go. Amesema kuna mapepo chafu hata akipeana sadaka kwa church zina complain, akipeana 5 million za sadaka zina complain. Amesema kuna mapepo chafu kila time ni kucomplain about SHA, hazitaki SHA, zinasema ati ni mbaya, well ati ni poor. Amesema kuna mapepo chafu hazitaki affordable housing, ati amebuild hizi nyumba but kuna mapepo zinasema hizi nyumba si poor. Amesema kuna mapepo chafu kila time ni kucomplain wakisema ati venye economy si poor na ati imeimprove according to him. Amesema kuna mapepo chafu zenye hazitaki maendeleo, zinataka tu tubaki ati nyuma. Ati hizi mapepo zinafaa kuwa stopped. Hebu mniambie nyinyi ni a part of this mapepo mbaya zenye must go anasema, kwa sababu I think hizo mapepo zimenitembelea also. But Mr. President, sio mapepo, usi overthink, sio mapepo, ni ati haufanyi venye ulikuwa ufanye. Zile promises zenye ulitupatia haufanyi. Unaweka project hauzifanyi. Kazi ni kulaunch tu project, hakuna kitu inaendelea. Everything is just expensive.
Kama ulisema Adani must go, na sizo haujai kanyanga airport. Hata ujai, you're not even exposed to other airports, ujai travel. Rais anashangaa ulitoa wapi audacity ya kusema Adani must go and you're not even exposed? Apparently, fukatae deals mbaya za nchi yako, unafaa kuwa exposed. Pia ilisema kuna pepo inazunguka Kenya yenye inafanya mpinge vitu mzuri. Mkishika hiyo pepo. But nasikia kupata hiyo pepo ni ngumu kwa sababu most of the time hiyo pepo inatemeanga na security, hiyo pepo ina fly kwa haya most of the time, so kuipata ni ngumu. But in case muione, kafoto and then tag us, tuambie tumepata ile pepo yenye inasumbua Kenya. You know?
The chief, which is very unpopular with Kenyans today. Kenyans are opposed to it, not because of any other thing. It's a good thing, but Kenyans are opposed to it because they see it as a conduit of corruption. And one of the biggest questions most Kenyans have been asking is how the government of Kenya can easily find 104 billion Kenyan shillings just to use on the system, the IT system, for the system alone. That outrageous figure has never applied anywhere in the world. 100 billion Kenyan shillings just to implement a system, which, as a matter of fact, Kenyans know NHIF was working despite the teething problems. Yet, the president has been borrowing. Like, I think that's currently they are trying to borrow 80-something billion. Yet, they can easily tax Kenyans, burden Kenyans, and then take away 104 billion. So Kenyans have been identifying and exposing the dirty deals, and there are several of them. In fact, the other day I was reading another scandal, which was it? There was another scandal here which it didn't really pick up, but it was also going to be a major scandal. So Kenyans have been exposing. You look at the one I was praising, you know, Kenyans were raising a lot of questions. And you see, Kenyans are not just doing that. Kenyans are exposing it because it is William Ruto who allowed them. The things William Ruto promised not to do. William Ruto promised Kenyans that immediately elected, he was not going to borrow. Then he comes and starts over borrowing. He promised Kenyans he was not going to tax them. Then he comes, he taxes them. Then what happens? Kenyans are seeing those dirty deals. And William Ruto is very bitter because the moment you deny those dirty deals, it means his allies are not making a kill in government. So that's number 2. Again, before I explain to you guys the third reason why William Ruto is very angry and bitter with Kenyans, allow me to introduce you guys to LemFi. LemFi is a mobile money app for users in the UK, Canada, and the United States of America to send money back to Kenya. They offer the best exchange rates and the money will be delivered instantly into your M-Pesa account, Airtel Money account, and of course, if you want, directly into your bank account. You can use the link in the pinned comment to download the app. Ladies and gentlemen, let us dive in. Number 3, and I think this is what is really worrying William Ruto, how to raise campaign money. Because Kenyans are now more aware. The Gen Zs, which most Kenyans thought were not politically aware, are now aware. How do you raise campaign money? You raise campaign money through deals, like the Adani deals. You raise campaign money through the budget. Kenyans are now very keen on whatever the government is doing. And because the government has become unpopular, even those within the system are exposing this government. So William Ruto is not able to raise campaign money easily. And we all know that 2027 presidential elections in the Republic of Kenya is going to be the most expensive elections in the history of the Republic of Kenya. It will require money. William Ruto had hoped to raise enough money easily, use government resources to buy off the voters. But the voters are now rebelling. So which means as a president, he must be angry, and you must understand why he is angry. Number 4, William Ruto is a populist politician. And what happens to populist politicians is that wherever they go, they always speak. And they speak the language of the people. It has reached a point where William Ruto is speaking, but he's not speaking the language of the people. Whatever he's saying is totally disconnected from the aspiration of the ordinary Kenyan. For example, when William Ruto was attacking those who opposed the Adani deal, and he was like, some of those guys have not even stepped into the airport. Who was he referring to? He was referring to that young man who was like, anauza airport.
Amauza airport. Amauza nani? Amauza mwindi. Mwindi gani? Sisi mwindi. Lakini huyu Ruto alimaana nyumbani. Aende kalale. Unauza airport. Unauza airport. Nani? Unauza airport. Kwani anakwenda kuuza airport hapa? Yeye nani? So sasa tunaelekea airport. Tunaelekea airport pale. Sawa. Sasa tunaelekea airport. Arudie airport hapa.
That hero. So Kenyans are actually hostile to this government. And as a populist politician, he can't stomach it. We want a situation where he goes to a place, people clap for him. He goes to a church, give out money, people are clapping. But now he's going to a place, people are not bothered. William Ruto cannot even go to the mountain today because nobody will receive him. He can only hide in Azimio stronghold. Because of course, Azimio stronghold are also just there to punish or to anger the mountain. But the truth is, William Ruto cannot stomach the hostility towards his government. Number 5, Ruto has actually run out of promises. And this is something which I've always told people, that the reason why Professor Nyang' Nyong'o, my governor of Kisumu, is finding it easy to govern is because he never made promises. The people of Kisumu never expected a lot from the governor. So they're just there. So if he does something, they'll accept. But we are in a country where the president is making promises, is not fulfilling. Again, making a promise, not fulfilling. Again, making a promise, not fulfilling. If you are to list the list of promises William Ruto has made this year alone, you'll be shocked. But Kenyans are not happy with that. For example, early this year, William Ruto was making a promise to the residents of Nairobi, listening to the president making promises.
Hapa mbele, nani mutaniona Disemba mwaka huu, tutaanza na nyumba 1,000 kwanza hapa Nairobi. Mwananchi wa kawaida, mwananchi ambaye analipa leo nyumba ya mabati na matope, ataingia kwa orofa 11, aishi pale na hiyo 3,000 yake, kwa sababu we want to make a difference in the Republic of Kenya. That is the transformation our nation is going to go through. And I am confident that we are going to take this nation to the next level. Kwa hivyo mimi nawauliza.
Now, if you are to go to that church today, I am sure none of them is paying a house rent of 3,000, which William Ruto promised them. Those houses are not there. So he must be angry. And of course, lastly, William Ruto is very angry because it's like Kenyans are opposed to everything, which means Kenya Kwanza policies are not good. You go to the education funding, the new funding model. The university students rejected it. Those who are supposed to be the beneficiaries, they rejected it. You come to SHIF. Kenyans had hoped that it was going to be a good deal, better than NHIF. Kenyans are saying, please return back the NHIF. You go to the finance bill, which Kenyans rejected. A lot of things were there. William Ruto had actually increased taxes, including the fuel levy. So today, even the taxes they are getting are reducing because Kenyans are not spending money. Their spending power has gone down. So Kenyans don't care about William Ruto, and that is something which is really worrying the president. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what you think, but let me know if you have any other reason why you think the president is angry and bitter with Kenyans. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.